All right, this is going to be Unit 13, Homework 3, Problem 1. All right, Part A says sketch the graph of y equals x squared plus 1. That's easy enough. I can do that. Okay, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to make this look like graph paper, and then I'm going to kind of draw some axes. That's part of my y-axis. Should do. And then, okay, I know what x squared looks like. It starts, or x squared plus 1 looks like. It starts there. Okay, it's a nice little parabola like that. There we go. We're happy. Y'all know how to do this. That is how you sketch the graph of y equals x squared plus 1. Okay, Part B is going to ask us to use the limit definition to find the slope of the graph in terms of x. All right, well, we know the formula for slope. We learned that. That's the limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Well, that's going to equal the limit as h approaches 0. F of x plus h, wherever I see x, I'm going to replace it with x plus h. So that's x plus h squared plus 1. That's a f of x plus h. Minus f of x. F of x is x squared plus 1. Divide by h. Okay. Well, that means I think I'm going to need to basically take this x plus h squared and expand it in order to simplify this limit. So I'm going to do that. And I might also distribute that negative. So this will be equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of x squared plus 2 times x times h plus h squared plus 1 minus x squared minus 1, all divided by h. All right, and I see that, oh, look, I've got an x squared and a negative x squared. And I've got a plus 1 and a minus 1. Okay. So this is going to be equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of 2xh plus h squared divided by h. Okay, so that will be able to divide. That's something that we'll be able to divide. And I'll basically factor out an h from the numerator. Of h times 2x plus h divided by h. I can cancel stuff. And now, as h approaches 0, I can just plug in 0 for h, and that will be 2x. All right, now if you just wait a few months, regardless of if you signed up for Calculus AB or Calculus BC, you'll find out why this is true, or a much faster way to find the slope of y equals x squared plus 1 at any x value than grinding through this whole limiting process. All right, next they asked us to find the slope of the graph at x equals 1. Okay, that was also part B, but call this part B2. All right, well, the slope of the graph at x equals 1. So the slope at x is equal to 2x. So the slope at, say 1 will be 2 times 1, right? So the slope will be 2. If you go back and you look at your sketch of the graph, at x equals 1, it does look like it's got, slopes. Okay, and then part C is find the slope of the graph at x equals 5. Now, I would expect that, y'all would just say, okay, I found the slope of this curve at any point x, so I'm going to plug in 5 and I'm going to get 10. But I'm going to show you a different way to do this. We can use the limit definition. Okay, we'll say that the slope at x equals 5 will be the limit as h approaches 0 of f of 5 plus h minus f of 5 divided by h. And honestly, it's going to come down exactly the same as the first one. Okay? All of the steps will look the same. Okay, so what this is going to be is I'm going to plug in 5 plus h wherever I saw x. So this is 5 plus h squared plus 1. And I'm going to subtract f of 5, which is 25 plus 1 is 26. And I'm going to divide by h. Okay, but I guess this is an important distinction. I've lost my limit notation. And Mr. Mester and I were just talking today about how that is actually important. You don't want to lose your limit notation. So I'll move that to the side, throw in the limit as h approaches 0. Okay. Don't be sloppy with your notation. So I'm going to expand this just like I did in the first part, or I guess that was part B, but 5 plus h squared will be 25. 2 times 5 times h will be 10h plus h squared plus another 1 minus 26 divided by h. Okay, well, 25 and 1 is 26 minus 26 is 0. So that's 10h plus h squared divided by h. You factor out the h in front. 10 plus h divided by h. You cancel off the common factors and you plug in h equals 0, and you're going to get that that slope is 10, like we had predicted in the first place. All right. If you liked this extremely detailed solution to 13.3.1, you could subscribe to my channel. Or, better yet, you could just sign up for CalBC. There's still time to go to your counselor and ask for a schedule change. Yes, this is Robert Huffaker, and I'm coming into Schuler's homework keys to ask you to sign up for CalBC. So you should totally do that. And since the people in my class are really egging me on, I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe. There you go. All right, yeah.